Let us see in a very simple way the relation in the Trika system between Ishwar, Jagat and Nara. What we find in Vedanta as Jiva is Nara here. Shiva consciousness, which is the supreme consciousness, is one absolute non-dual consciousness. This consciousness is the complete infinite awareness, infinite bliss, infinite existence. This awareness of Shiva cannot itself see the world of multiplicity when it creates the world of multiplicity. So Ishvara or Shiva consciousness, through his Swatantra, through his Leela, creates the universe of multiplicity, or we call Jagat. This existence, creation follows a process, happens with pulsation of spanda, which originates when in the Shiva and Shakti cosmic union. And this pulsation, where Shakti is the dynamic force and Shiva is unchanged, eternal force, which is in no way expressing or exhibited. It is the Shakti of the universe which you see in the existence, which is created through the process of spanda, which happens through cosmic union. This is nothing but the content of Shiva only when it is created as Jagat, as a mirror reflection of the Shiva consciousness. The pulsation of spanda, which is the force of Shakti, you can actually treat it as universal vibration creating matter and forms, whereas the unified energy source remains just present, completely aware of the infinite consciousness. This manifestation is like one cosmic breath exhalation of spanda. When it gets created, the multiplicity and nature and existence and forms and beings get created in a localized, limited way. These are nothing but vibrations. These are proved even today that there is nothing but vibration of particles which create this physical manifestation. So, there is a subject in this mirrored consciousness or pratibimba. And this mirrored consciousness has beings in it which are localized and limited, but has the same awareness as the Shiva awareness, or the Shiva consciousness and the being consciousness the same, but the being consciousness is limited and localized, and therefore there is a space and time concept here, and they have perceptions and they see the world. The Shiva consciousness through his Leela, because he as an infinite one awareness cannot see himself, sees the world through these localized beings who have perception skills and who can see the world and therefore the world becomes visible through the beings which Shiva has created as his own consciousness, to Shiva, who is in indivisible consciousness, who is like, sleeping, but at the same time seeing through the beings, the localized beings, the universe. This is the very complicated metaphysical concept of how they both are Shiva Tattvas, both were Shiva consciousness, and in a way, it is only one absolute Shiva consciousness which has a pratibimba in which this whole world is held through process of spanda. And the being inside this is a vehicle available for Supreme Consciousness to see the world through them. This concept, when we go into the beings who has a limited awareness, which is, though it is same like a wave in the ocean, it is also water, and Shiva consciousness is also the ocean, which is also water. But this wave is rising and is having a limitation. It is not infinite like the ocean is. This limited consciousness can re-recognize that it is also same water as the Shiva consciousness water. And that is what Kashmir Shaivism talks about when they say pratyabhigna. That means the localized being who is limited and created in the pratibimba as same consciousness of Shiva is able to re-recognize that he has the same essence of water which Shiva consciousness has. This is the re-recognition of pratyabhigna, whereas the spanda passes through as vibration, and this vibration creates the whole universe and forms and all the flora and fauna. That is what we see as real. In reality, it is the same consciousness of Shiva. The most important thing is this pratibimba or mirror. There is no outside object. Repeat, there is no outside object that is reflected. It is the same Shiva consciousness which is created by the swatantra of Shiva in order to have that spandalila, you can call, and make available this universe in which the being, after understanding the spanda, and he can relate himself to re-recognition of pratyabhigna. Simple, straightforward explanation for what is Kashmir Shaivism. Therefore, here Jagat is also Shiva Tattva because it is reflected Shiva consciousness. Ishvara is also Shiva Tattva. And Nara, because he re-recognizes, is also Shiva Tattva. Now, Kashmir Shaivism, for when you are in the when you are a wave in the sea, to recognize that you are a part of the ocean and you can also be infinite and it is the same essence, there is Tantra which comes into play with Spanda. Once Spanda and the metaphysical Pratyabhigna is understood, Tantra allows the vehicles available with the being, namely the body, mind, intellect, and also the various facilities that are available in existence, to be used as vehicles to have this realization make possible. And that is where Tantra first accepts everything as Shiva Tattva, what they see. And they use these vehicles to reach re-recognition, self-recognition, or whatever you call. The path for this is required to be done because in the Leela, Spanda Leela, the being actually goes one way into samsara, that is related to desires and fear. How he has to come back to his self and understand this egoic mind of separate self is the sadhana he can do. The sadhana is the reverse process or dehypnotization of reaching to yourself through tantra and spanda. Or, any method. I mean, this is just an understanding through Kashmir Shaivism we are talking about. So you can make the reverse journey, and the reverse journey is possible when you know that you are just a wave and it is the same water, or it is just a screen on which the samsara is projected. Any metaphor you can take, but the whole idea is that if you are able to remove the veil that has been created by samsara around you through the egoic mind, and you are able to remove the veil and understand your consciousness as that of same of Shiva, the completeness of your understanding happens. And that is where sadhana is required to do the reverse path. There is a possibility, as in Advaita it is said, that you can have this as a direct, immediate experience once you have an insight and intuition. This is called direct path. And the other path of dehypnotizing yourself is called the progressive path. These are the two paths you can reach. This is just a general, simple explanation of what I can do. Thank you.